You asked for it, you got it. Today, we're making a knife. Stick around. So right when I sat down to start editing this video, my son walked in, grabbed a chair, slid up next to me, and like any curious teenage boy, he reached for the knife I had just finished making. I snuck a quick glance to make sure he wasn't acting a fool and then proceeded with the task at hand. One word escaped his lips. Cool. For those of you who don't know, and for those of you who may have forgotten, to a 13-year-old, the word cool is actually a complete thought, qualifying as an outright assessment of either someone or something and affirming that it is, at the very least, acceptable. I nod my head and click back a quick thank you. You know that feeling you get when you know someone is looking at you? Yep, so do I. Like right now, for example. "What's on your mind, son?" I asked. I was unprepared for the impact of his innocent reply. "Where did you learn how to do this?" was all he wanted to know. I could feel the smile growing on my face. My eyes squinted ever so slightly, and everything started to move at quarter speed. I was facing a fork in the road. Down one way was the quick and easy answer. Down the other? Well, let's just say the parental answer is nowhere near quick or easy. In today's world, where we all quite literally walk around with the collective knowledge of all humankind in our pocket, such questions are virtually unnecessary. So, when asked, one must, as a matter of obligation, seize the moment. "Hey Siri, how do you make a knife?" will provide you more information than you could process. It might even suggest that you watch a few of my knife making tutorials, if Siri's feeling generous. In the immortal words of the original Veruca Salt, "I want it now" seems to be the flavor of the day, and thanks to technology, we do, in fact, have it now. One problem I've seen arise with this virtual information we all wield on a whim is an increasing lack of comprehension and practical application. Even still, having all that information has proven to be one of the pivotal building blocks in our overall achievements. Notice I said one of. I remember a quote from when I was much, much younger. I'd love to say it was something my father used to tell me, but I can't. In actuality, I have no idea where I heard it, but it goes like this. Intelligence is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is keeping that shit out of a fruit salad. The meaning may be obvious to you, but for the sake of the story and to make sure we all have the same understanding, I'll elaborate with a personal anecdote. A friend of mine, who shall remain nameless, was vying for the attention of a young man. She asked me for advice. I probed for details, and in that investigation, I found out he was currently dating one of her friends. Obviously, this caused the conversation to turn slightly to the left. Leaving the details of that story for another time, I'll simply focus on the two comments relative to this story and my overall point. The first being, "I know." A simple confirmation that she was, in fact, cognizant that her actions were wrong. The second, and this is the more important one, "I deserve the right to make my own mistakes." A reply to my recommendation that she would do well to try and listen to what I was saying, as I did, in fact, have some experience on these matters. She had just added tomatoes. And therein lies the unbalanced equation. Knowledge plus wisdom equals intelligence. The knowledge was there. She knew what she wanted to do was wrong. The wisdom, that part was tougher, and with good reason. They say wisdom comes with experience, and I agree. Where we might differ is on the word experience. You see, it never clearly defines whose experience we're talking about. The younger you are, the more likely you are to think that those experiences must be yours and yours alone. As you gain experience and a few years, you start to realize that experience might not necessarily always have to be yours. Wisdom is a powerful tool. With it, you can do almost anything. It fosters humility, it fortifies you with the ability to exercise caution when necessary, and it can grant you great courage when most folks would cower in fear. Wisdom is not walking down that dark alley, it's finding a better path. But wisdom can't do it alone. It needs knowledge. Knowledge is essential. It's confidence, it's factual, it's undeniable. But knowledge is also adolescent. It's raw, untethered, and chaotic. It's like that wild, bucking pony in the corral. And you need wisdom to rein her in. You need wisdom to ride her. So many people today are quick to equate intelligence to knowledge, forgetting that critical piece, that je ne sais quoi, that element that takes it to the next level. It's like your grandma's cookies. You know all the ingredients except one. That one she holds sacred. That one she keeps to herself. That one you get after she's gone. I mean, you can bake those cookies all day, every day, and they'll be good. But without that one ingredient, they won't be grandma's. Now, you can learn all you want online, or in a book, or even in a classroom, but all you will have gained is knowledge. Now, if you think that's all you need, well, then more power to you. But for those of you who want to take whatever it is to the next level, might I recommend you do your best to balance the equation. The way of the fools seems right to them, but the wise listen to advice. Yeah, I threw a little Proverbs at you, but the verse does apply. Well, once things began to speed back up and I realized he had that, well, are you going to tell me or what, look on his face, I composed myself, took my fingers off the trackpad, turned towards him, looked him right in the eyes, smiled, and simply said, I listened. Folks, thanks for joining me again today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and leave me a comment and let me know what you think. A thumbs up would do wonders for my self-confidence, and if you're not already subscribed, well, we'd love to have you in the community. You all have a great day. I'll see you soon. And please, don't forget, balance the equation.